Have you ever wondered why some people effortlessly navigate conflict, while others explode at the smallest provocation? Why some lead with empathy, and others struggle to even recognize their own emotions? Welcome to the psychology of emotional intelligence and the astonishing science of human behavior that will quite literally blow your mind. Chapter 1. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, or EQ, isn't just a buzzword. It's the silent force that shapes how we relate, communicate, and succeed. Coined by psychologists Peter Salovey and John Mayer in 1990, and popularized by Daniel Goleman, EQ is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence emotions, both in ourselves and in others. It consists of 5 key components: self-awareness, recognizing your own emotional states; self-regulation, managing disruptive emotions and impulses; motivation, using emotions to fuel goals; empathy, sensing the feelings of others; social skills, navigating social complexities with finesse. Now here's the kicker. Studies show that EQ may be more important than IQ for long-term success. Let that sink in. Chapter 2. The brain behind emotional intelligence. So, how does this actually work in the brain? Let's break it down. When you feel a strong emotion, say fear or anger, it originates in the amygdala, the brain's alarm system. But emotional intelligence is what allows your prefrontal cortex, the rational decision-making part of your brain, to pause, assess, and respond consciously. Without that pause, your reactions are primitive. With it, you gain mastery over your emotions. Emotional intelligence is the neurological balance between instinct and introspection. And this balance, it's a learned skill, not something you're simply born with. Chapter 3. How emotion drives behavior. Now here's where psychology gets mind-bending. You are not a logical being who sometimes feels. You are an emotional being who sometimes thinks. Research from Antonio Damasio, a renowned neuroscientist, shows that decision-making is nearly impossible without emotion. People with damaged emotional centers in the brain, they can't make even basic choices. What to eat, what to wear. Emotions don't get in the way of rationality. They create the context for rational thought. Think about that. Every behavior, conscious or unconscious, is driven by an emotional undercurrent. This is why marketing appeals to feelings, not facts. Why arguments escalate when emotions take over logic. And why healing begins not with knowledge, but with emotional insight. Chapter 4. Mirror neurons and empathy, the hidden brain. Here's another psychological twist. When you see someone yawn, you yawn. When you see someone cry, you feel sad. Why? The answer: mirror neurons. Discovered in the 1990s, mirror neurons are a type of brain cell that mirrors the behavior of others. They are the neurological roots of empathy, and the reason why emotions are contagious. Mirror neurons help us read body language, feel collective joy, and navigate the unspoken dynamics of human interaction. They are silent teachers of behavior, enabling us to connect deeply or withdraw completely. Chapter 5. The Dark Side of Emotional Intelligence. But not all emotional intelligence is used for good. Just as a knife can heal or harm, EQ can be weaponized. Think master manipulators, gaslighters, corporate sharks who understand emotions but lack empathy. These individuals score high on EQ, but low on emotional morality. This is where EQ must be paired with integrity. Otherwise, Emotional intelligence becomes emotional exploitation. True wisdom lies not just in reading people, but in respecting them. Chapter 6. Why you act against your own interest. Ever sabotaged your own success? Procrastinated even when the stakes were high? Felt addicted to toxic patterns? That's your emotional mind overriding your rational one. The psychology term is cognitive dissonance. When your beliefs and behaviors contradict. To resolve it, your brain either changes the behavior or rewrites the belief. And more often than not, it takes the path of least resistance. This is why people stay in unhealthy relationships, deny red flags, or blame others for their own pain. Chapter 7. How to develop emotional intelligence. So, how do you train your emotional mind? It begins with self-reflection. Pause before you react. Journal your emotional triggers. Practice empathy, not assumption. Ask, what am I feeling and why? Mindfulness is a scientifically backed tool for increasing EQ. It builds awareness, reduces reactivity, and rewires the brain. Therapy, too, is a powerful EQ gym. It helps unpack emotional patterns, traumas, and blind spots. Even reading fiction increases empathy by immersing us in the inner lives of others. Chapter 8. Final thoughts. The future belongs to the emotionally intelligent. In a world obsessed